Good morning. Welcome back to SBJ Week in Review. I'm Keagan Holsey. To my left is Chad. Say what's up to the people, Chad.
Good morning. What's up, people?
That's it?
Well, you told me to say what's up to the people, so I did.
Usually you go for a little bit.
I got you. So, I'm struggling. I think the pollen's got me. I think the pollen has taken me out, and my voice is kind of weak. I don't feel terrible. I have a headache, and I got a runny nose and a little bit of a scratchy throat. And so if you had to listen to me preach Sunday, I apologize that you had to bear through all that.
Yeah, it was a rough go for those of us listening.
Was it bad?
Well, I just it kept making me have to cough. Here
right.
I don't know. I feel great. I'm just very tired. My cough is gone, which is great.
Which is good because you had that cough for a while.
All throughout the cruise is pretty brutal, but feeling great. Huge.
Oh, can I tell one story about the cruise that was funny?
Okay.
So we're sitting at the show, and we were at the bingo, I think, and some dude came, a whole huge theater, right? Like it's massive, 1,000-seat auditorium type deal, and we're sitting there, and some dude comes up and sits right next to Keagan. I mean, like right on you. So Keagan starts coughing and hacking and trying to get this guy to move, and so I said, "Hey man, are you still contagious?" And what did the lady say to you?
No, I started coughing and making I'll give you an example. I was going, stuff like that, and I kept going, man, I'm sick. Man, I'm so sick. I'm sick as a dog. And Brittany said, do you still have that fever? And I said, yes. And then Dad said something. I guess you said, are you still contagious? And I said, very badly. And the lady looks at me, as soon as I started doing all that and saying I'm sick, the husband that was right beside me got up and walked to the end of the aisle. And then his wife looks at me and says, are you sick? And I said, oh, yes. And then they got up and left. But I was already frustrated. The theater's massive and nobody else is in there. And he comes and sits down right next to me, which nothing makes me more angry than stupid people.
Well,
and so just the stupidity of that guy already had me pissed off. And I was making sure he knew that I wasn't happy that he was sitting there and nothing was working. He clearly didn't care that I was bothered, so I had to take matters into my own hands.
Well, so common courtesy, I think, for guys, if you're coming and you're sitting next to a dude, you leave a seat between you. I just think that's the right thing to do.
And if you would have done that, I would have been perfectly cool with it.
Yeah. Just leave a seat. There. And there's plenty of room. It's not like it was a packed auditorium.
We were in like a 50-seat row, and the whole thing was open. We're on the far
Completely
right
open.
of it, and he comes and sits down right beside me. It makes zero sense.
Yeah, no sense at all. Yeah.
Even when the theater was as full as it got, there was still plenty of seats that he could have chosen. For some unknown reason, he wanted to be right beside me.
Well, it was just so funny how he was disgusted and left pretty quick.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Well, I had gone to the bathroom, but I left my jacket on my chair so that people would know that someone's sitting there.
Yeah.
And when I came back in, I saw him, and I was already mad. As I was walking in front of his aisle to step over the row to get to my seat, I looked at him, and I said, you've got to be kidding me. I just don't understand. But, when you're on a cruise, you deal with a lot of very, very, very dumb people. It's like those people in the airport, how for some ungodly reason in high-traffic areas, people think that they should just be walking straight, and with people behind them, just come to a dead stop, turn around, do a 180, and start walking the opposite direction and bump into it. You get a lot of that in the buffet, just a lot of dumb people. Or people having family reunions in the middle of a walkway everywhere you go.
Yeah.
There's people in the theater doorways with a 20-person family sitting there catching up. Hey, this is not the place. Yeah. People do it at Disney World. I remember when I was on my 8th grade field trip to Disney, I kept getting in trouble by our chaperone because when people would have their family reunions in the middle of the walkway, I'd just plow right through the middle of them because you're so dumb. You'd go to the step to the side. You're 5 steps away. Just take 5 steps.
Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of people that don't have space issues for some reason. I think there's a lot of people that are clearly unaware with their surroundings, clearly. And I just don't think people think. And so, you have to deal with a lot of traversing through.
And I have zero patience.
Unnecessariness.
We were in line for dinner one night, and this dude was literally belly to back on me. We were standing in line.
Oh, wow.
And I turned around and I said, you getting closer to me doesn't get you in the restaurant any faster. You're still waiting in this line. Might as well give me a little bit of space. So
Yeah. Man, I got you fired up this morning. I didn't mean to get you fired up. I just thought it was funny that lady was like, "Are you sick?" And we were like, "Yep." And she was like, "I'm gone." So
I didn't expect that tactic to work as good as it did.
it was fantastic. I was shocked at how well it worked. But yeah, she moved quick. She wanted away from you.
And they noticed I didn't cough the rest of that shit.
It was fantastic.
I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, no, it was good.
But anyways, big week for sports.
Yeah.
Bruins fought the Red Wings for a wild card spot on the same night that Texas takes down number 3 Gonzaga. After the week before taking down number 6 BYU, we're number 11. We're not even supposed to be in this tournament. We had to do a play-in to get in. And
We're the worst ranking
dominating.
team still in it.
Call it a Cinderella story, baby. Give us a glass slipper. We are killing it.
Fantastic.
You know, we're doing great as compared to teams like, I'll just use the Georgia Bulldogs, for example,
You will, won't you?
who were a high-ranked team and got absolutely murdered by a group of nobodies, showing that Georgia Bulldogs are simply a football school and will never be good at any other sport other than football. Meanwhile, Texas comes into the SEC and we're dominating all sports because we are an actual college that does sports other than Georgia that only can do football. And even in that, we saw this last year, they had to even cheat in some of those games to even get by. I mean, all you do is football and you have to cheat to win? What is wrong with this school?
You're getting a lot of people fired up.
A lot of our family are very sad. The number 1 team defending champ from last year, the Florida Gators, went down last year. And all my family is very sad. I could not be happier.
Oh, wow.
I've been rooting for them to lose since 2 weeks before the tournament started. I can't stand that organization, and I can't stand a defending champ. Very happy to see them go. If Texas takes down who we got next? Purdue. If Texas takes down Purdue,
the Boilermakers,
we got to throw a party because that would be unheard of.
Great. Well,
but yeah, huge week for sports. I've had a
Texas
lot
has
of
definitely
fun.
gone further than anticipated. There's been some crazy upsets. People that I'm shocked that are teams that are shocked that are already out. North Carolina Tar Heels already out.
Yep.
Kansas out. Kentucky out. I mean, we're talking some major. Oh, and Georgia, the Florida Gators. Man, those are 4 huge shockers to me.
There's
I'm like, wow.
Only 2 of the number 1 teams remain, and that is
Duke,
Michigan and I guess Duke.
Yeah. Hey, listen, my 2 teams are in it.
Duke's not making it to Final Four.
They're probably not because they're missing their second or their third and fourth scorers. They're injured.
Even if they have them.
And the fact is that they've gotten as far as they have in that condition. Man, they're doing great.
From what I've seen this year, even with their fully stacked team, I'm not impressed.
I am. So they're doing fine.
Just,
I like them. I like that coach.
Our boy Texas that hits the game-winning shot hadn't scored a bucket all night.
I know, right?
They ask our coach, they say, why that guy for the final shot? He said, I believe everybody on my team can make the final shot or they wouldn't be on my team.
I love it. I like our new coach. I think he's doing a good job.
We have some great coaches across our sports.
Doing good. And so I love March Madness. It's a great time of year. I love the matchups. I love Cinderella stories. I love the underdog stories. And
you know what I love? A humble warrior. The other day, Arch Manning, in an interview, they asked, what comes with the last name Manning? He said, a lot of undeserved attention. Thought, man, what a guy. What a line that was.
Yeah.
Excited to see him play this year. It's been awesome. I've really enjoyed sports this year. It's just going to keep getting better, hopefully. I think Texas won, was it swim and dive? We got the natty in?
I think so.
We just took down Auburn in baseball. We're the number 2 team in baseball right now.
Well, in the girls' baseball, softball, whatever you want to call them, they're pretty steady.
They're beasts, and our girls' basketball is number 1. We're killing it.
Girls are So got good things going if you like college sports, and which we do. And
if only the Cowboys could do literally anything. And the Rangers. The Rangers' game plan right now is, hey, let's hire a bunch of guys that were good 15 years ago.
Right.
And maybe we'll be good. And it worked 1 year for that one World Series. Ever since then, we haven't been worth crap.
Yeah, well.
But the Bruins have picked up a lot since last year. Last year was a rough time to be a Bruins fan.
Well, still not. So that works. Yeah. So,
anyways, there's our sports recap.
Have been good.
I know a lot of you don't care, but there it is.
It's hard to keep up with March Madness when you're on a ship, but thankfully they had.
It's not hard when you get the Wi-Fi package, brother.
Yeah, well, I didn't have the Wi-Fi package. In fact, it told me on my phone that I averaged less than 30 minutes a day on my phone. That is awesome. I did really good last week.
Well,
I need to be on a cruise more often.
I wasn't going to miss the Texas games, and I wasn't going to miss Survivor.
I got you. Nope, I saw you. Yep. Well, I was glad we got to see the few games we got to see. It was a lot of fun. It was fun watching sports with David and Wyatt and Ryder, which are Tracy's cousin's husband and kids.
Yeah. What I learned about those guys is they watch every sport. If it's on TV, they're watching.
They like it. Yep, they're big sports fans, and they're fun to watch sports with. They're fun to talk sports with. They know what they're talking about, and good conversation. So always have a good time hanging out with those guys. And
actually, I'd argue they don't know what they're talking about because Wyatt says we weren't going to beat BYU.
Well,
looky, cookie. We are not only beating them, but we beat Gonzaga as well.
Wow, we did beat Gonzaga. For me, I won't lie.
Now, in Wyatt's defense, I also said we're not going to beat BYU.
Right. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It was a bit of a surprise for me, a good surprise. I was grateful and excited about it. And right now, for me, it's a Cinderella story. We're living the dream. We're the highest, we're like number 11, and there's no double-digit, ranked teams left except for Texas. So we'll see how we do against Purdue Boilermakers. I don't know much about them, but I hope we run them over and stomp them down. So
the one Boiler fan I know already saying horns down. So Boiler down
already saying horns down. Isn't it great? I love that everybody that's what they have to go for is the horns down. They have nothing else. So
when you're the greatest college in sports
for the past college period
for the past decade or so.
I got you. Well, yeah. I mean,
people are going to hate you.
Yep. People hate people that are successful.
And the sad part is most of the people that hate us, their school's only good at football, and they're not even winning national titles in football.
Well,
if that's all you have, you would hope that you're getting a national title.
You got to hold on with what you got.
Georgia's on quite the cold spell here.
Right. Wow.
For only a football school, you haven't really done nothing the past couple years.
Well, you never know.
We're watching freaking Indiana in the national championship. What the heck's going on?
I don't know what happened there. Holy cow. Yeah, I thought they were a basketball school, and I don't even think they're in the March Madness.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's crazy. It's crazy year.
Iowa hasn't been to the Sweet 16 since 1999, and they took down the Florida
Iowa
Gators.
State, yeah. Iowa and Iowa State. What's going on, man? Both them schools are great this year in basketball. So,
the Gators are no longer chomping. But we'll move on from sports here. Very happy that the people in my life's teams are no longer doing good, and mine still is. That's all I care about.
Wow.
I like to see everybody around me fail, and I like to succeed.
That is a horrible. He's just kidding everybody. He really doesn't mean that.
They say you should be happy for the people around you, and just not. If their team's doing good, I'm no longer happy, even if my team's doing good.
Wow, man, that's crazy stuff. But that's your hot sports opinion this morning, folks.
Here's my Sunday school breakdown because I know all you are itching to hear it.
Well, they're ready for you to stop talking about
in the past couple weeks. But I got bad news for you. This Sunday school, all we did was set up for the banquet. So we'll get into the banquet stuff here in a bit. I'll let Dad get through Sunday, I think. Should we end with the banquet stuff or start with it?
Yeah, we can end with the banquet stuff.
All right,
That's
so
great.
you do your Sunday spiel, or we can talk about Jay McGoy for a little bit and his presence.
Yeah, man. So we missed last Sunday because we went on a cruise for Tracy's birthday.
We went on sabbatical.
I'll call it that. And so last Sunday we were actually in Nassau and running around there, eating at the fish fry and drinking some Goombay punch and having just a good old time. And so I asked my good friend Jay McGoy to come in and speak. And he not only did both services, he also did Sunday school. And man, I've heard nothing but really, really good stuff. On the way home Saturday, we were able to, I turned it on and listened to him preach. I didn't get to watch it, but I listened to him preach, and it was, man, a fantastic message. And, man, everybody I've talked to, of course, I haven't talked to everybody, but everybody I've talked to, man, just such a positive report, super excited about what's happening missions-wise. And he just did a good job in challenging and encouraging them to not just look at people at who they are, but look at people at who they could be through the grace of God and what God can do in their lives. And his main topic, of course, was Peter, and how Peter's a hothead, and how Peter irrational, and how Peter would fly off the handle
and a racist.
Yeah, but Jesus saw him as what he was going to be, as a rock, as a founding father of what is known as the church today. And so the challenge was for us to see people the same way, that God can use anybody, and God can change anybody, and God can save anybody, and God can radically change anybody's lives, and we need to see people for who they can be with God, in God, and in Jesus. And so, great message. Went really, really good. His report on what he's doing. He did that during Sunday school, and went super, super good. And just really, really grateful, and thankful that he was willing to come and do that and to make that happen. And like I said, nothing but good reports. And of course, it's funny, a lot of people are like, man, he is a wild dude. And I'm like, oh yeah, man, that's why I had him. I knew he'd get your attention, and he did. I told him when I talked to him before we left, I said, he goes, what do you want me to do? I said, man, I want you to bring the walls down, man. Just make it happen. And he did, and it seemed to have been received really, really well. And so we're excited. We're excited what the Lord's going to do with Faith Promise Missions this year. And super exciting. And then on Wednesday night, we had Tim White, missionary to Mexico. I'm learning a little bit about him. I don't know him very well, and I haven't got the chance to meet him. I've talked to him a couple times, but he is going to Mexico, and he's going on later in life. So you have him, and you have that family in the Dominican Republic who the Lord called them later in life. So he was a police officer for 30 years, and then now felt the call of God on his life to go to Mexico, which I think is fantastic.
Well, it's like Steve Gray and his
Steve Gray, the Eastwoods
Place for Grace. He started a lot later.
So you get these guys that the Lord, so that just shows you, man, God could call you at any time. And, I pray that the Lord will call some people out of our church and to missions. And, but it's just encouraging to hear people, hey, I was a police officer for 30 years, and now the Lord's called me to mission work, and you look at Chris Hieronyma, who was a police officer for all those years, and the Lord called him to be an associate pastor.
Yeah, but while he was police officer, he was helping out with you and the youth.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that's
it's not like ministry was a foreign thing to him.
Well, I think probably even with Tim, of course, I've never sat down and talked with him, but he would probably tell the same thing. We were very involved in our church. We were doing our thing, and I was a police officer. That's just what my regular job was, and we were in ministry, doing ministry, but now we're ready to go, to the mission field to Mexico. So
but the funny thing with Jay is Sunday while we were on the cruise, I thought, man, I'll check in and make sure everything's running smooth. It was around the time he should have been preaching, and the camera was zoomed all the way up. And I was like, what the heck? Why is the camera zoomed all the way up? And I noticed Jay's marching up and down the aisles, and I was like, oh, wow. Jay's so mobile, they had to put the camera on full zoom. I thought that was hilarious.
I was told by our camera guy, I am glad you're back today. And I went, why? And he goes, my goodness, that guy was everywhere, they said.
I wish they would have followed him with the joystick around.
Yeah, they should have. They should have just kept it on him and just rolled with him. But anyhow, yeah, no, it was good.
Of course, one of my students is asking if they can touch his mustache.
Yeah, you need to work
said, hey,
on
man,
some of your students. Yeah.
I went up to him, I said, hey, that's a bad look on me. My students asking to touch the mustache of one of our guest speakers.
Yeah, you not only represent yourself, but you represent me.
But apparently it's because so my students were in there for Sunday school, and he had told a story about how the kids were asking if they could touch his mustache. And so one of my students, Matthew, to be funny, said, well, can I touch your mustache? Just being hilarious. But it's funny when you hear that story out of context, you're like, what the heck is going on?
You little weirdo.
Has he lost his mind?
Yeah.
When I heard the story, we were listening to him speak, and I heard him say, one of these weirdos over here asked if they could touch my mustache. My first thought was it's probably Aiden.
That's what I thought. I thought Aiden for sure.
So it's either Aiden or Matthew. Those are the only two that I could see doing that.
That's
and
funny.
Of course, it was Matthew. I felt bad. He had his cousins here this week, and we were setting stuff up, and I said, hey, I don't expect y'all to be moving tables and stuff. If y'all want, you can go upstairs with Matthew and just play pool or something. So that's what they did the whole service.
Well, we And then, like I said, Wednesday night went really well by what I've been told, and I think it's a reflection of what happened this Sunday. So, yeah, it was good. I hate that we weren't here. I hate that we missed Jay and Brother White, but I think all worked out very, very well. So,
well, and I hate to throw blame on people, but I'll just say this: this Sunday, the reason me and Haley were a little bit late to getting into the music
for the first service, yeah, y'all were late.
Julie Box, it's her fault.
Oh, you were blaming her?
Well, yeah, she caught us. We were talking about the board games Haley had bought me, and so I'm fully blaming Julie Box for my late arrival.
Bless Julie.
Because that's not like me to show up late to first service.
Well, y'all have done that a couple of times now, actually. So it seems to starting to be a habit.
It's just we go from practice, I go to the bathroom, and I'm somehow already late.
Well, I feel like y'all should do practice a little earlier, and because y'all practice way right up to the time. So there needs to be 10 minutes there between practice and
But music this week was incredible. Jeff and Alicia sounded great.
It was a good day. Yeah. No, we're blessed with a lot of talented people, and I'm thankful that
I must have gotten a little carried away on the last song on the second service because Alex was laughing at me.
Oh, yeah?
When I came down, he was looking at me laughing, which tells me I must have gotten a little carried away.
Well, it was good. So then Sunday, in Sunday school, we started a new series, Don't Let the Enemy Have a Seat at Your Table.
Giglio.
Yeah, Louis Giglio, very good. We've just started. We're just rambling into it. It's over Psalms 23. We looked at the whole chapter this week. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. But I think it's important. Who is your shepherd? Kind of that's where we started this week in Sunday school. Who's your shepherd? Some people go, well, I'm my own shepherd. Well, and that's probably your biggest problem is that you're your own shepherd. Because if we're referred to as sheep in the Bible, and we are numerous times, Jesus refers to us as a sheep. The Lord refers to us as sheep. David refers to us as sheep. Then we need a shepherd. We need some guidance. And so we are not capable of doing that on our own. So we're guided by someone, something guides us. David, he clearly says, the Lord is my shepherd. And then I love how he finishes, I shall not want. And so I think for us, we need to look at the Lord as our shepherd.
Well, I think the other issue too is not just us being our own shepherd, but something else being our shepherd and us being unaware of it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We're so unaware of what we're following, what's leading us, what's influencing us, what's guiding us. Even just stuff that we watch on Facebook or TikTok or whatever that influences us, that has an impact on us.
Or the news.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got to be super hyper vigilant of what we're putting in. And
news.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and that's the beautiful thing, that's having an enemy having a seat at your table. And we're going to get into that next coming weeks. So this week we just really concentrated on the table. What's the table? And the whole concept of Jesus, God wants you to sit down, and he's prepared a table before me, Psalms 23, in the presence of my enemy. Not outside of my enemy, not away from my enemy, but he's prepared a table. So we started this week of, well, what's the table? What does that look like? And I talked about how just some of the best conversations and getting to know people and communing with people and that kind of deal happens at a table. And so here God is saying, I've prepared this table for you, and it's got all kinds of good stuff on it. But I think one of our biggest issues is we're so busy, we very rarely sit down at the table. And so that was one of the things, I talked to him about is the importance of pausing and sitting at the table, communing with God, having that time. Most people the enemy never sits down at the table because we're never at the table. You know what I mean? So he's already won because we're not even at the table. The table is prepared. The table is there, but we never sit down at the table. And the whole idea with that is just spending time with God and communing with God. And here's all these good things he wants us to have. And most times we're just walking by like a teenager or a college student. Hey, Mom, thanks for the food, and grab whatever. This is really delicious. Thanks. I appreciate you. You're awesome. And then we're out the door, but we never really sit down and commune. And so that's what I was encouraging them this week is hey man, let's pause and every day and sit down and commune and you know.
There's a song that goes along with everything you were saying there at the beginning called Surrounded. You should encourage them to listen to that song. That's disgusting.
I'm struggling, man. We need.
But
I don't know
that
what
song
that song
basically
is,
says
but-
verbatim everything you just said.
Really? Well, then that'll be a good song. Because
But the girl that sings it, I don't really like her.
I got you.
I don't.
Well,
Not that I don't like her. I'm sure she's a great person. Her voice just doesn't
just
doesn't
isn't
resonate
your
with
voice.
me.
Gotcha. Well, and so I wonder so many times we're our worst own enemy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't go to the table and get the nourishment and the strength and the power and all the things we need because we're so stinking busy running around trying to get stuff done. I'm guilty of that. I'm one of those guys that I'm task oriented, and so I want to accomplish what needs to be done. I have a things to do list, and it needs to be accomplished. You know what I mean? When I wonder sometimes it'd be best for me to just stop and sit down at the table with the Lord and commune and visit and re-strengthen and get where I need to be. And
There's just so much distraction. Now the devil's got
Our world
so
is
much
crazy.
resource with, the amount of misinformation that we take in and
Yeah.
we subconsciously allow to influence us.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to not only be careful with what you're taking in, but be careful about what you're allowing to influence and how much time you're giving that as opposed to how much time you're giving to the Father and good godly people that are around you. That's why I try to tell my teens all the time, look, anytime these church doors are unlocked, you should be in here.
Yeah.
Not because I want the numbers to look good, but because I recognize the need for being around like-minded Christians and having this time of sitting down with one another. And anytime we have a meal after church, even if the food's going to be terrible, it's important that you still stay, not because of the food or anything like that, but because just simply talking to those in the church and those that are like-minded Christians is so refilling, recharging, and helps clear out a lot of that misinformation and misguidance that we receive on a day-to-day.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of people don't even – I think one of the worst things, and we've said this, but one of the worst things that's happening in our lives is we're all so busy. And the devil's really good. Hey, if I can't get you to turn from God, I'm just going to keep you busy from communing with God, from being with God. And I've got all this stuff I need to do and it's all none of it's bad, but I'm going to keep you so busy that you never sit down and enjoy, that table that's been set.
I've taken a quote. There's a quote. We used to watch Duck Dynasty a lot. And I for some reason, I remember this clip where Jace is talking about Willie, and he says, hey, if you're too busy for duck hunting, you're too busy. Mm-hmm. Well, I've taken that sentence and changed it for the youth quite a bit. I say, if you're too busy for God, you're too busy. I get sports pop up. I get you're dealing with schoolwork. I get you have family stuff going on. But if it gets to a point where you're having to miss church consistently, you're too busy and you need to rethink what actually matters. Yeah. If I get sports are important and stuff like that, but man, I played sports all throughout high school. I'm not playing anymore. I didn't go to college for it. So how much all the track meets that I missed church for, how much of that was a waste when I could have been here instead of focusing on those track meets that obviously didn't lead anywhere. When I guess the argument for sports is connection and stuff, but you have that here. There's people here. And I think a lot of times we miss the mark on evaluating our priorities.
And saying I'm all for sports. I think sports teach you to be a team player. Sports team teaches you to work well with others. Sports is good with discipline and training and all that kind of stuff. But sports has its place. And what the devils try to do is make sports be predominant and not be something that has its place, but to where it takes over everything. And many people. That's
Sundays and Wednesdays used to be off limits for sports.
Yeah, not anymore.
Now that's taken a drastic shift. I mean, we see, that there's tournaments for sports on Sundays now. They got
Wednesdays,
practice and games on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
And so it's really not the players' fault if they want to be, because I get it. You miss one practice or something, you don't get to play that next game, and so they put these expectations on you. And it stinks, but ultimately you got to decide what matters more to you, because I feel like a lot of times, I have, this isn't like, I'm not calling out anybody specific or anything, but, I've seen people that maybe miss church a lot because of sports, and then they'll say like, man, hey, I've got all these things that I'm struggling with, and like I kind of feel at a loss. I feel like it's all taken over, but it's like, hey, that's what church is for, is getting to take some of that weight off, disperse it with the good people around you, and take that time to just refresh instead of just packing your schedule in with a bunch of stuff that really ultimately doesn't matter and takes your focus off what actually does matter.
Yeah. Well, and that's once again the devil. He's keeping you busy and keeping you preoccupied with stuff that's not a sin, but I believe anything that takes the place of God being priority would be an issue, right? So, but anyhow, so just sitting down at the table and communing, which I think is important. And then in the two services, I was really discouraged at the beginning of the very first service Sunday morning because there was like 5 people in there, and I thought, my goodness, why are we even doing this? This is just a waste.
The first service?
Well, yeah, I was like, this is just a waste of time, And so I was complaining, and I went to the front to do my welcome. Hey, we're glad you're here, blah, blah, blah. Went down and stand on the front seat, and I was singing, and I said, Lord, help me to have a good attitude. Help me to worship you, And so I was trying to put my attitude in place. And then when I got up to do announcements, there was, I bet, 25 or 30 people.
I was about to say, I felt like we had a good crowd.
No, we had a great crowd, and that's the funny part about it is
that's one of our best early service crowds we've had.
They all came in after we got started, and so I was really bummed about it. I'm sitting there thinking, what's the point of even doing an early service if no one's even going to come to it? Let's just cancel it. And it's a lot of work and a lot of energy and a lot of time, and it's hard on a lot of people. Let's just not do it no more. And then, like I said, during those first 2 songs, I was trying to get my spirit, my attitude right where it needed to be, and then by the time I got up and did announcements, there was a room, people came in and were there. So that's just the Lord, hey, stop being a grumpy butt. I'll take care of it, and you don't need to worry about it. You just do what you're supposed to be doing, and so it was good. I guess Saturday coming home from Florida, I guess as we came north, the pollen got worse and worse, and I'm assuming it's the pollen, allergies, whatever.
Sissy.
But maybe I'm weak. But
this is why it's important that you teach your kids not to wash their hands, because their immune system goes astronomically high.
You got to be able to fight it, and so. But anyhow, a little bit of a headache, a little bit of a scratchy throat, a little bit of a runny nose, and my voice was super weak Sunday. And when I got up for that first service to speak, I thought this is going to be a tough day for everybody. And still not great today, but I feel like it's a little better, a little stronger. Once we're done with the podcast, I'll probably try to just be quiet the rest of the day and let my voice rest. But we're talking, just trying to wrap up Faith Promise Missions and why we should do it. We looked at Jesus in Matthew, where he looked upon the crowd and had compassion on them. First of all, he looked at them. Second of all, he had compassion. Third, he then did something about it. He said the fields are wide in the harvest, so you guys need to, we need more workers. We need more people to go. And but it started with having compassion. We talked about the difference between pity and passion. Pity is you see the need, you see that there's a problem, but you don't do anything about it. You just see the need and go, oh man, I feel bad for those people. They need someone to help them. Compassion is someone that says, hey, I'm going to do something about it. And so that we challenged our people.
Yeah, our teens talked about this a couple weeks ago. You're behind.
Am I a week behind? That happens, And so, but just having compassion for a lost and dying world. I was shocked by the stat that there's 105 to 120 people that die every minute. Every minute in our world, 105 to 120 people die every minute, which means there's a lot of people stepping out into eternity every day. And the question is, are we doing our part as a church, as individuals, to spread that word, to get the gospel out?
Well, I'd be curious, what percentage of that 125 are lost?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I would think
at least 50.
Probably high, yeah. And so that's crazy. That's a lot of people stepping into eternity, and of course, according to the Bible, you go to one of two places. And so if you've not received Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you've not asked him into your heart, you've not repented of your sins.
Well, we believe they go to soul sleep.
No, we don't. And there are some people that do, but either way, you go either to heaven or to hell. And so are we doing our part to make for sure people are hearing the gospel? Are we doing our part to make for sure people are being saved and people are given the opportunity to either receive or reject? That's their option, right? But are we giving them the option to do so? And so, so do we have a responsibility here in Pickens County, Jasper, Georgia, where we live, to be a light, to be a witness, to be a testimony? But then we also have an opportunity to give above our tithes. It's called an offering, and give that to missions, so other men and women can go and tell other people about Jesus. And what we've seen is through like World Harvest Baptist Missions is how hundreds of people are being saved every month, and lives are being changed, and good things are happening. And I want to be behind something like that. I want to. What are you laughing about?
You sound like you got the suds, brother.
Man, I'm dying, man. The longer I talk, the worse.
You seen that episode of SpongeBob where he gets the suds?
No, I've heard. I think I have.
That's what you sound like right now.
It's happening, and I need to be rinsed out. And
I bet you could do a killer Willie Nelson impression right now.
I don't know what that means, but
you plug your nose and sing like that?
Yes. Well, I can't breathe through my nose, so there's no need to plug it. It's already plugged. I am stopped up, brother. And so, but anyhow.
Good message.
Really good, and went well. I apologize for my voice then and today, and but we got through it. I think the Lord blessed it. And right now, we have over $100,000 promised for Faith Promise Missions for 2026.
So clearly the message was good.
That well, I think Jay was a big part of that. I think Brother Tim White was a big part of that, and I'm thankful for those men willing to come and to invest in our people. And I am just blessed and just so proud of our people realizing the need that's there and realizing that they can be a part of that by giving. And so I still believe we have a few more cards to come in, a few people that weren't here. I
was late to the party. I didn't get mine until this past week.
Yeah, so I think those numbers will go up, and but I'm really, really jazzed, excited about it. I think last year we had a little over 80,000 promised, and we had about 75 that came in, and I think we're north of 100,000. So I'm going to guesstimate if we could have right at 100,000, man, that would be just a phenomenal year. And but that's up to people being faithful, and I know things change through the year and commitments change and that sort of deal. But I'm just excited about what the Lord's going to do this year in missions. There's some good stuff we're going to be able to do and be a part of that I'm excited about. It. I think it's a good thing. So yeah, what a blessing. So very, very good. In fact, I'd already even kind of started looking, what could we do? I'm excited. So
look, hey, there's some extra money. If any of y'all would like to step out in the mission field,
hey, yeah,
we'll give you that extra money.
Yeah. So I think it's phenomenal. Praise the Lord.
Andy had a good question I think should be discussed. He asked
who?
Andy Heath. He asked, if I write minus 100 on my Faith Promise Missions card, do I get to take 100 from the mission fund?
Yes, as long as you're going to the mission field. So, but you have to leave Georgia.
Well, no, because you said Sunday that our mission field's right here where we work.
I know. I think you're doing it wrong.
So therefore, I'm in the mission field.
We are.
Where's my money?
Well, I don't know really how that works. You need to talk to the Lord.
But yeah, no, it was a great week. It was good for us to be back. We missed it.
It was good.
Good to see a lot of you guys. Not so good to see some of you guys.
I mean, I think it's good that we're gone from time to time, but I hate being gone,
Well, I think, it's not like we go on a lot of trips, but we're always back for Sunday.
We don't miss Sundays very often. I think it's good.
I always really enjoy when we're out of town on a Sunday and we get to go to somebody else's church.
That's fun.
It's fun to just sit in a service and be a nobody.
It's healthy, I think, for us who are on staff to go sit in a congregation that we're not involved in
It's also cool just to see.
and just absorb. Yeah.
Let's see how they function.
Exactly,
What
that's what
can
I
we
mean.
implement?
Yeah,
What do we not like? What do we?
Yeah.
What do I now notice being in a chair that I want to avoid in my church back
Sure.
home? I think it's really cool. It was a lot of
I
fun.
think it's healthy.
I really enjoyed. I think the last one we went to was with the Fountains at their church
Yeah.
in West Palm.
Yep, that was
and
great.
Really cool sanctuary auditorium. I mean,
It was set up like a theater. It's super.
yeah,
super,
set up like
it's
a
cool.
theater, but had these like side decks.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It just is like a giant bowl. It was really cool. And I don't know. I thought their service was
good.
great. Their pastor was a pretty funny guy.
Yeah, no.
Really enjoyed it. It's also fun just to hear other people speak that you've never heard before.
Oh, I agree. I agree to go hear other
Which
people.
is why, when we have guest speakers, you don't want to dip out just because we're not going to be here. There's some good people coming in talking sometimes.
Well, and I hear from time to time people are like, "Well, I don't want to go if you're not going to be there." Well, hey man, you should want to go because you're going to actually get to hear somebody different.
Yeah.
And man, I that's a good thing. We need to be exposed to different people and different personalities. And
Because there's guys that I listen to their services every week. After I obviously I hear you preach every week, but then there's a few guys, Kyle Idleman, Craig Groeschel. I go and watch their services as well.
yeah.
You just got a pile of snot rags right there, boy.
You don't have to tell people I have it hidden behind. It's good. Don't look over.
Look up
there.
the Suds when you get a chance after you finish up this
stop
podcast, guys. That is dad.
I'm not well.
You can try some of Patrick's tactics to get rid of your Suds.
Okay, we're
some
gonna try.
odd stuff.
But all right. So tell us about Sunday night.
What was Sunday night? Oh, last night.
Oh wow. Seriously. Jeez.
We had a wonderful second annual Ignite Student Ministries couples dinner. The teenagers killed it. Shout out Amy. She had some prior commitments and couldn't stay the whole time, but she made sure to get here early so she could get some stuff done for us, and she actually got a ton of stuff done for us. So shout out to her. Shout out to all my teens that were here, showed up and helped. They killed it. The performances were hilarious as always. The wait staff did great. Alex, big shout out to Alex in the kitchen. There's so many compliments on that baked ziti. So I just kept running back to the kitchen saying, Alex, more compliments to the chef.
Yeah.
Haley was our head of house. She took care of some decoration stuff and errand running for us and some ideas for us. She was great, big help. We put out all the teens did. We set up the tables and chairs during Sunday school and found tablecloths. The reason there was VIP tables this year is because we couldn't find the other two black tablecloths, and so somebody found a gold one and a red one. And I said, put it on the two tables closest to the stage. We'll charge people extra and call it a VIP table. And so, seriously, thank you so much to those of you that did come and support, and those of you that didn't come and still left a donation. It means the world to the teens. They get so excited every year about this event and have so much fun with it. And I think it's good for them to see how much support they have in the church, how much you guys support what we're doing, and how much you guys care about those teenagers. I especially love when people who don't have kids in the youth department that still come in and support the events that we have going on. I think that's so cool, very special for them to see and just kind of get that concept rolling in their head of a church family. And how
Well, I don't understand why you wouldn't come. It's fun. You're going to have a good time. You're going to get a good meal. Didn't cost you that much money. Didn't cost you that much time.
and it's a Sunday night. Y'all don't have anything else going
Yeah,
on.
man, it's fantastic.
I think, truthfully, it does show them the concept of a church family. When you're in the youth group, all you really see is the love and support that you have within the youth group. So seeing the other people within the church being there and supporting and giving money, I think it just shows them that, hey, we're all one. And I don't know, I think it's really, really cool, really special. Maybe they're not thinking about it as deeply as I am, but really does mean the world to me when y'all show up to that event, especially when they're selling donuts and you come by and buy some. I think all that's really, really good for them to see.
Yeah.
And it helps us pull off the stuff we're trying to pull off. Like I said, if you were here last night, I told y'all that last year when we did this event, it paid for 80% of our trip to Tennessee. And so a lot of really big things happen from y'all simply showing up and giving $10. And so super cool. We had a great time. The VIP tables did get their personal interaction with me. Nobody took me up on the picture, which I was a little
Disappointed.
surprised. The only thing I can think of is they must have forgotten. about the picture portion. But
I think they were overwhelmed with everything that happened.
Or maybe they felt unworthy to stand that close to me.
That's probably what it was. It was more than they could just comprehend.
Yeah,
or
it was
absorb.
awesome. I
They
wore
couldn't absorb
my
it.
senior prom suit because my teens. I was trying to figure out. I said, let's all try to
Pants
wear
were a little tight.
egregiously tight.
Oh, my goodness.
I told them, I said, let's all try to wear black. And a couple of students said, can you please wear your leopard print jacket? And I said, oh, gosh, I don't even know if that thing still fits. And let me tell you, it does, but should I be wearing it in public? Probably not.
No.
Those pants were painful. They were so tight. The jacket didn't look as bad, but it was still on the shoulders. It was pretty tight. But that's just because I've gotten so jacked since I've been going to the gym that
putting
stuff
on
doesn't
some muscle.
fit the same anymore. And those of you that stayed afterwards to help us clean up, thank you. I mean, we flew by. We got everything put up and everything that's supposed to be there put back so fast, and it just makes for an easier night. But yeah, no, it was really fun. We started off with an interpretive dance from Aiden, Bentley, Daniel, and Kelso. A little backstory.
The other three could have sat down, but Kelso was amazing. Kelso was the man.
Well, I went up to them and I said, listen, guys, we've only got 3 performers. I need at least one more. Can y'all please do something? They were a little hesitant, and I said, we don't even know what we do. I said, what if I play My Heart Will Go? No, I said, well, I don't know. I said, I can play some classical music. Daniel said, play that Titanic song. And I said, I got you. And I said, just do an interpretive dance. They said, well, what's that? And I said, just move your body however the music moves you. Some of them took that a little too literal.
Yes, they did.
And
yes, he did.
We're trying to get me in trouble, it seems.
Yes, he was.
What y'all got to remember is they're teenagers. They don't know what's appropriate and inappropriate sometimes.
No.
One of them got carried away.
He did get carried away.
Luckily, the crowd thought it was hilarious. But I immediately started yelling from the back, no. But no, it was great. It was really funny. The next performance was Emily Fisher. Also, when she heard I was needing more performers, stepped up and said, I'll do whatever you want me to do. I said, do you know the Fruit of the Spirit dance? And she said, yeah. And I said, perfect. So we went with that. Third performance was by the Saxey brothers. They did a love poem that I said was written by Aiden, and I wrote this one too.
Did you?
Yeah, when I disappeared for a little bit while salads were out, I was in here typing it up and then printed it out.
Gotcha.
I've written both poems back to back in under 5 minutes. It's pretty impressive.
Wow.
I do love poetry a lot. That's not my best work. If you want to read some of my good poems, I have a journal filled with them.
Do you really?
I love poetry.
You really?
Yeah, I don't tell people that because it's kind of.
Well, you just told the whole world.
Because it's kind of like a feminine thing, I feel like, so I kind of keep that to myself.
Do you share it with your lady friend?
Nobody. There's only one person in this world that has read any of my work. 2 people actually. One is Grant Beasley.
Oh, Grant. I like Grant.
The other one is
That's kinda weird,
my English teacher in high school, who she's kind of the reason I got into poetry and thought it was really cool. I let her read some of the stuff I wrote when I was in her class. But yeah, no, love poetry. Anyways, they read that poem and then they played the saxophone, which are these like little kid trumpets that Mom ordered for the live nativity that are obnoxious.
They're football game obnoxious football
They're
game
so
trumpets.
loud.
And they're awful.
And you can't really play a song with them, so they're really just making noise.
Yeah,
but it was hilarious. And then Sarah Grace, man, last year
she's a funny girl, man.
Last year
funny.
she was like, hey, I want to do stand-up comedy. And in my head I thought, this is going to be a train wreck, but I think it's going to be so bad. Because I'm one of those guys.
He likes to watch a train wreck.
A comedian can be hilarious, but they can also be so bad that I find it hilarious. So my thought was, she's going to get up there and bomb for 2 minutes, and I'm going to think it's the funniest thing ever. So I said, yeah, absolutely, get up there. And last year, she brought the house down, was incredible. It was a well-thought-out set. Each joke led into the other one. And I was blown away by how good she was. So this year I said, Sarah Grace, I need you to do stand-up again because I got to see what else you can come up with. And I'll just say this. I watched this show where people get a chance to be viewed, come up on stage. It's filmed live and millions of people watch. And it's their chance for making it big in comedy. And they get 1 minute. And more than half of the people struggle to be able to do a minute straight. Sarah Grace got up there and for 10 minutes straight last night did stand-up comedy, and it was hilarious again. She killed it. My favorite joke was the gearbox and the goat.
Yeah,
It was so funny.
It's great.
She's absolutely so talented. It was
Well,
so
here's
funny.
the deal. If she would relax a little bit and slow down a little bit, she's 12 to 15 minutes easy.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So with a little bit of work and a little bit of time, she can do 15, 20 minutes without even trying.
She does one set a year.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, she's fantastic.
And this is only her second set.
Fantastic.
I'm excited to see. I don't know how old she is. If I had to guess, she's a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see by her senior year
She might just be amazing.
how much she can perfect her craft.
She could be the female Nate Bargatze, or however you say his last name.
Yeah, she might have a future in comedy.
I mean, she's good.
She's hilarious. All of the Marcinko girls are very talented. We see a lot of their plays, and they're all, my favorite. We watched Annabelle in The Lion King. Is the funniest. She's so funny. It's so great. But yeah, Sarah Grace brought the house down again. She's obviously our fan favorite and kind of what people are looking forward to when they come to the shows. But yeah, again, thank you to all the teens. Thank you to everybody that showed up. It was another great night. I think we made just shy of $600.
Yeah, nice.
So
yeah, pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Our turnout wasn't as good as last year, but still had.
Well, I think we needed the two bad weather Sundays that we had pushed everything together, and I think we just have a ton going on right now. So I think that might have hurt you. If we could go back and not have those two Sundays missed and do it in February, I really think you'd have had a lot more people come.
Yeah. Well,
I think
normally we do it in February because it's supposed to be like a Valentine's
right
thing, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just super grateful that we even had people that did show up.
Yeah.
Had people sitting at the VIP tables. Seemed to be a good time. I sent Aiden and Noah to each table, and I said, go to every single table and ask them if anybody would like an escort to the bathroom. And, of course, Noah goes, I don't want to do that. And Aiden's immediately like, which table should I start at?
Yeah, where do I go?
But they both did it. It was hilarious. We had people I didn't assign anybody a table just because we had so many people working that I was like, if I assign everybody a table, there's going to be a bunch of y'all not doing anything. So just walk around. Mandy was like, as soon as one person asked me if I need a refill and I say no, I turn around and another person's walking towards me asking if I need a refill. She's like, we need to get like cards or something that I flip up and let them. It was really fun. I told them at the start, I said, I want you to be super annoying with your service.
Yeah. Overboard.
And so I think it went great. I had a good time. It was so much fun. It's one of my favorite things that we do every year.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's easy.
It's fun.
They all enjoy it. But, hey, we got some comments from last week's episode.
Let's do it.
I'll go ahead and read it. Up first, Grandpa said, top 5, number 5, Fanta Pineapple.
Oh, really? Nice.
Number 4, and this shocked me, A&W Root Beer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then he left a little tidbit that I didn't know. He said Coke used to distribute it.
Yep, they did.
Then he says, number 3, Dr. Pepper also shocked me.
Gross, but yeah.
This one also shocked me. Number 2, Diet Coke. I thought that would have been number 1.
Really?
But I have noticed he has switched to what his number 1 is, Coke Zero.
Okay.
Regular Coke didn't even make the list.
Well, that's kind of crazy.
But Diet Coke and Coke Zero is pretty much all I've ever seen him drink.
Me too.
When I was
so
younger.
that's why pineapple and root beer and Dr. Pepper were kind of a surprise.
Yeah, well, Dr. Pepper and root beer because they're not specifically a Coke product.
I got you.
Which leads me to the next comment he left.
Which, by the way, 2 weeks ago, we did our top. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I just don't know what you're about to say and if it's going to.
I was just going to tell 2 weeks ago, we did our top 5 sodas that we like. And so this is Keagan's grandpa, his top 5 that he likes is all we're doing.
The second comment said, please make sure everyone that watches the podcast knows you were kidding about me working for Poopsie.
Oh.
I did tell everybody that he worked for Pepsi and is a big fan. It's not true. He worked for Coke, and he's a diehard Coke guy.
Diehard. That's the reason I'm surprised Dr. Pepper. Now, in some places, Coke does bottle Dr. Pepper.
Because it's an independent company.
It's an independent company. So,
which just shows you how baller Dr. Pepper is.
Yeah, they don't need Coke or Pepsi. They can just use whoever they want.
Yeah, but
it's fantastic.
Then Tracy Buckles, I don't know who that is. Tracy Buckles commented.
Oh wow, yeah. Stranger.
Actually, the username is 50-year-old Tracy Buckles.
Oh wow,
I don't know who that is.
Gotcha.
But she says, I thought your childhood soda was going to be Manzana, which is a hood classic. I don't even know if they sell it here. I'd assume because there's a lot of
Manzana.
There's a lot of Mexican influence in LJ and in Canton.
Yeah.
So I would assume it's around here, but it used to be my go-to when we go on our family camping trips. That's all I would drink. It's this apple-flavored soda that
disgusting.
is so good. I would love to try. I haven't had one since I was in like 3rd grade, but I'd love to try one. I'm sure I wouldn't like Shasta anymore, but I'm pretty sure I would tear up a Manzana still.
Maybe when we're in San Angelo this summer, you can find you some Manzana.
Maybe. I'm sure they sell it here. I just
Maybe
just haven't ever been
maybe
looking
Aunt
for
Debbie
it.
can track down some Manzana.
Maybe.
Yep, maybe.
Ugh, don't do that.
Sorry, I'm dying.
You're disgusting.
I'm sorry. I'm
All right,
trying to
what'd
breathe.
Rebecca say?
So my little sister, Nicole Dudley, Captain, I have her address. Should I put it out there? Here's her phone number, 325. Just kidding. So I was talking about how Big Red is one of my drinks. You said Big Red and Big Blue.
Specifically Big Blue. I'm more of a Big Blue
Specifically
guy.
Big Blue.
Very similar to the Goombay fruit champagne.
Yeah. Yes, probably. And we tried that this last week. It was good. But anyhow, my sister, Nicole, she says, did you know that they make a pineapple? So it's called a Big Pineapple. So there's Big Red, Big Blue, Big Pineapple.
I want to try Big Peach.
No. So there is Big Peach. This is what she said, though. I have never tried it, but I know you like the Fanta pineapple. So I am curious if it's similar. I don't even want to try the Big Peach.
Wow,
Yuck.
Rebecca.
So I'm right there with Nicole Dudley. I don't want to try the Big Peach. There's a pictures. There's
Big Red Zero Sugar.
There's
They're
Big Red.
expanding.
Yeah, they're expanding.
I'm curious as to when they put these out, because I've only ever known Big Blue and Big Red.
Me too.
Big Pineapple, Big Peach, and Big Red Zero Sugar is all news to me. Now I feel like we're going to be in San Angelo this summer, right?
Yeah, we're going to have to try some
Gonna
stuff.
have to try. I'm so
Big Peach.
excited about Big Peach.
No, that's disgusting.
Well, we already have Fanta Pineapple. We already have Goombay. Do we need another pineapple drink? No.
Well, I would like to try it, though.
Big Peach?
No.
Mark me down for a whole case.
gross.
Deborah, if you're listening to this, when we get to your house, I expect a whole case of Big Pineapple and Big Peach and Apple Manzana.
Wow. We can take it with us down to the Frio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Frio is Spanish for cold.
Yeah, so we're going to the Frio River.
Where George Strait and Keegan Holsey famously learned how to swim.
Both learned how to. So did Haley, and so did Nicole. A lot of people.
I'm only
in my
covering
family.
famous people. George Strait, Keegan Holsey.
Only famous people. Gotcha. A lot of folks learned to swim at the Frio River. Nicole almost drowned in the Frio River. Keegan almost drowned
in the Frio that stinking kayak trip.
Yeah. So Big Red. The reason why I remember Big Red is there's a steakhouse in San Angelo called Western Skies. And they always had Big Red in the fountain. And so every time as a kid, we'd go there. And we didn't go there very often, but we'd get Big Red. So every time I see Big Red, I think of Western Sky Steakhouse.
Boy, you sound like you need Afrin and a nap.
I do need a nap. I'm going to take a nap as soon as I get the 1,500 things I need to do here at the church done first.
Yeah. But hey, we're coming up on 57 minutes here.
I do want to say one more thing before you shut us off.
All right.
This Friday night,
You're screaming.
we're doing Movie at the Park. And we're going to show David, the animated movie called David.
Let me say this.
What's the park called?
Lee Newton.
Lee Newton Park.
Fig Newton Park. Hey, the more of you that show up, the less work I have to do.
Yeah, y'all come out, man. We need your help.
My dream is to be able to sit there in a chair and just point at stuff that needs to get done. So please
It's not
show up.
happening.
Please be a part.
So 6:30, we're going to show up and start setting up. We need to cook some hot dogs. We need to make some cotton candy. We need to make some popcorn.
How about this? I'll just assign people right now. We'll put Ron Russell on the dogs.
There you go. Ron Russell's a good dog cooker.
We'll put Stacy Henderson on the popcorn.
She hates that job, but she'll
I
she'll
know,
be
that's
great
why I
with
put
it.
her there.
and then Mindy Bagwell said she'll do the cotton candy.
The Bagwells are goated.
Bagwells are good. But anyhow, we need your help to set up
So
stuff.
look at there. There goes all three things that I would be doing.
Nope, I need your help. We need help setting up the screen. We
Who
need
was
help
it that got
setting up
knocked
the
over by
projector.
the screen that one year?
Rick Wood almost died by the
We need
screen.
to get Rick Wood. I'll
The
assign
screen
Rick
can kill you.
Wood on
Yeah,
screen setup.
Well, he's kind of in the hospital.
Yeah, make
right
sure
now,
you're
so.
praying for Rick Wood.
Yeah, y'all pray for Rick Wood. But anyhow, so 6:30 we're going to set up. We're going to start the movie a little bit after 7:30.
Ow, heifer.
And then. But we're inviting people, so invite people. If you see it on Facebook, share, like, do a thumbs up. But we want people to come. This is going to be a huge opportunity for us to tell people about our Easter weekend, which is 2 weeks out, and then our Easter weekend, and then Vacation Bible School. So we're going to really try to promote both events at this event. And so y'all come, and I need help passing out cards. So we're going to have people go to all the cars and hand out the cards and invite people to our Easter weekend. And we're going to put some videos together promoting our events and stuff that are happening at Shiloh Baptist Church.
Also,
and so we want to do it as a big opportunity to invite people.
I read something online. Maybe our church people want to participate in this. This Saturday is National Leave a Box of Debbie Snacks on Your Youth Pastor's Porch Day. So make sure y'all participate in that.
Really?
Yes, it is. So make sure you guys participate in that. That is this Saturday. Leave a box of Debbie's. Don't knock the door, because part of the national celebration is not interacting with the youth pastor. You just leave the Debbie Snacks and go.
Just leave and run.
It's also leave. You leave a wad of cash attached to the box of Debbie Snacks.
Wow, you making up stuff?
Coming up on an hour. We appreciate you guys for listening. We've missed you guys. We'll so
see
glad
you Wednesday night and Friday night.
See y'all a lot of times this week. We love you.
Yeah, man.
See ya.
See ya.